This is Diana Sullivan in Austin, Texas. I'm doing some lessons on using your ribber, and I want to do a lesson on how to do English rib, which is often called half fisherman rib. To begin with, for the cast on, I have the carriages set for plain knitting. No buttons pushed, tension tighter than 0 on the main bed. These two levers down, the slide lever here over at 2, this is on R, and the tension tighter than 0 on the ribber. Here's the needle arrangement for 1x1 half fisherman rib or 1x1 English rib. I have every other needle out on the main bed, and I have every other needle out on the ribber, and I have it set on P for the pitch so that the gate pegs match up, and the outside needle is on the top bed, and then the selected needles are offset so that there aren't going to be needle collisions. I'm going to go ahead and do the zigzag row. I'm getting the yarn in between the two needle beds, catch it from underneath and put the clothespin on it, and I'm threading the machine and going across for the zigzag row. Here's how that row looks up close, and while I'm talking, I'm going to pop the ribber comb in, and I'm going to put weight on the comb. Then I'm going to set up for a typical circular selvage and put that on. Here's that selvage setting. You've seen it before, but very quickly I've loosened the tension to 1 and a dot on this bulky brother, popped in the left part button on the main carriage, and popped up the right part lever on the ribber. Then I knit 3 rows. Here's that setting for English rib or half fisherman rib. If I have the ribber do the tuck, you can either have the ribber do the tuck or you can have the main bed do the tuck. So to have the ribber do the tuck, I bring this little lever over and I bring this lever up. So the R goes to P and the N goes to P. And that's all there is to it. After that, I just go back and forth knitting, and that creates English rib. Now here's an alternative. Instead of having the ribber do the tuck, I could put it back on plain, and I could set the main bed to do the tuck. Now it is only going to do the tuck one way. So I had the ribber doing the tuck to the right. Now I'm going to have the main bed do the tuck to the right by depressing the right tuck button, and then I knit. Now I'm going to do one more thing so that this sample that I'm creating will have a good contrast between English rib on the knit side, English rib on the purl side, and plain 1x1 knitting. So I'm just going to take the main bed, pop it to plain, so now both carriages are on plain. I'm going to do ordinary 1x1 ribbing for a few rows and then take the sample off. Here's that sample, and let's see what we've got here. The first thing at the bottom of the sample is the ribbing that was made on the ribber. Now, English rib is not reversible. It is not identical from the front to the back. Note that this side of it looks like regular ribbing, but this side has the interesting, let me hold that over, it has the interesting doubled up look that is so pretty and thick and warm that you get with English rib. So for this first part of the sample, this would be the smooth side, and this would be the English rib side. The next part of the sample was the ribbing where the tucking was done on the main bed. So for this part of the sample, here this part of it is smooth, and this part is the English rib side. Note that these two parts of the sample are the same width because they're the same stitch. It's just that on this one, the ribber tucked, on this one, the main bed tucked. So you could do a horizontal stripe pattern by alternating between the two, and I sometimes do that. That would give you an interesting reversible blanket, for instance. A couple of other comments about the qualities of this stitch. English rib is thick and warm, and it's very attractive. It's also extremely elastic, and it will grow when you block it, so you have to be a little bit careful about blocking it. Look how much wider the English rib is compared to this top part, which was the 1x1 rib. This was the ordinary 1x1 rib, and this was the English rib. Also, because of the tucked stitches, English rib is going to be shorter than the same number of rows of regular 1x1 rib. Each of these sections was 20 rows of English rib, and I only did about 15 rows of ordinary 1x1, that is knit 1, purl 1 rib. So there's how to do English rib. A wonderful stitch with a great many uses, and I want to show it once more, doing it in a full needle rib version.